Hey friends, it's Wayne Colson here. A little noisy, I know. Got a fan in the background. Got a power saw right here in my right hand. I got a problem. I'm going to invite you along. I'm not going to show you how to fix this because I don't really know how to fix it. So I'm kind of counting on you folks to help me fix this problem because I don't know what it is, honest. Here it is. Look. No chain break. What's the deal? Let's find out. Hey friends, how are y'all doing? I hope you're doing fine out there. Today is Saturday. It's a hot one today. I had to shut the fan off just because it was really messing with the audio in here. But listen, I got the CS2511T right here on the bench. I'm going to go ahead and remove the cover. We're going to take a look at what's going on, why this chain brake thing is not working. So let's zoom in here. Let's get focused. Let's get it done. All right, so let's go ahead and take this cover off. And that's a captive nut. Just going to loosen the chain tensioner a little bit there. All right, folks, now listen. I don't know if I showed this to you or not, but this is the little piece right here. This is a clue. This is a clue to what is causing our problems. I think, here's why I say that. Because when I took this apart a couple of weeks ago, I took it apart to clean everything out. And so I took off this little plastic retainer. I took this little shield off here, blew everything out, cleaned it all up, put it all back together. And when I put it back together, a day or two later, I noticed I did not have a chain brake. I remember finding this little piece right here, this piece, when I was cleaning my bench, and I thought, gee, that looks like something that belongs somewhere, and maybe I should hang on to it. So I hung on to it, folks. This is it. So let's find out if that is a clue. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take these T27 screws out to get access to the mechanics here. Now it's important to tell you all that there is some spring-loaded stuff under here potentially, so you got to be careful when you're working with this, that this thing doesn't just fly apart and go ballistic on you and poke an eye out. Just saying, be careful. Think about what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to pull this little plastic retainer off. There's a little guide pin over here that positions this thing properly. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on. So you can see here that when I push the bar forward, we're looking upside down at this right now. So normally when this is on the saw like this, when you push the bar forward, you're pushing this little lever forward here. And that relaxes this spring pressure, which pushes this basically clutch assembly, if you want to call it, or brake assembly. It pushes it that direction and causes this little ring diameter to get smaller, and so it creates a braking action right here on the clutch assembly. So, and stops the chain from moving, obviously. For some reason, though, when it's not actually doing that. In this position, it's not braking. So for some reason, and I don't know why, I have a problem with it. So I think this piece here goes somewhere. And to me, it looks like it probably, the way it's shaped here, it looks like it would go over this piece. Do you see what's going on here? Can you guys see that? It looks like it goes over this piece like this. The question is, does it go here or does it go, I pull this out, or does it go behind this spring or this brake? So I don't know the answer to that question. I could probably look it up online, but this is too much fun trying to figure out. Well, let's just try to analyze what happens. So if I put this back in place right here. So if this piece were to go behind here, I guess what would happen is it would tend to push, or to push this spring or the brake a little bit farther up, and it would decrease the diameter of this brake. So that may be where it goes. That could very well be where this goes. Let's try that. Let's put that little spacer behind this spring. Can we do that? The question is, which direction does it go? Because this has a little notch. Can you see? It has a little notch there. I'm not sure where that notch goes, but that notch may be to provide clearance for the spring itself, but it doesn't make sense really. Let's see. See if there's another thing that would make sense. I don't know what that little notch is for. Well, let's just try this. To me, it seems that the spring should be behind. It seems like the notch should be up in this corner here, and that this long rectangular surface should be against the spring. So let's try that. Kind of looks like this notch is a relief to provide clearance for this little bend here in this little leaf spring assembly. All right, so with that in mind, now let's go ahead and insert this. Into there. Get this back in place. And put that in place. So this is the locked position. This is the chain brake position. You can see that the diameter is small here. I've got a lot of clearance on this side of the housing. And I can't really show you the unlocked position without putting that retainer in place, because there's a little sort of a shoulder that goes in here that allows this lever to rotate properly, and it takes a lot of pressure. I really can't even do it with my fingers. I would need a pair of pliers. So so let's go ahead and put the retainer on in this position. Let's just see if we've fixed this problem. So again, here's the guide pin, and something is not in place yet. There we go. Okay, everything should be nice and flush there. Okay, it looks like it's, and you know what? And don't do what I did. Don't lose track of little parts. This part here is just a cover for this worm gear assembly. Just going to put that back there for right now. I'm going to go ahead and put a screw in this retainer, starting at this end, because I want to keep that lever concentric with the retainer. Okay, and we really don't need another one. Let's just see how this works now. I'm going to need a pair of pliers to activate this. Let's go ahead. We should see the diameter of this leaf spring change. It should get larger. See that? It got larger. That releases the brake. It looks now like I've got plenty of compression in this locked position. So let's go ahead and put the whole thing together. Let's see if it works. All right, we'll put this plate in, making sure all the pieces are there. This little plate has a rectangular cutout here that goes under a little plastic piece right here. Okay, let's give it a whirl. We're going to have to put this in the unlocked position so that we can get it over the clutch assembly. Okay. And let's see, I'm not lining up with my chain adjuster. There we go. I think that's it. Make sure that little lever is in this little window here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tighten the nut gently. I still have to tighten the chain. It's a little too tight. That looks good. Oh yeah, she's locked right there, folks. Let's see it in real life action. A little tune-up and we'll be back to normal life again. Well, folks, so there you have it. Got another video done. I can't believe it. It's been a long time. It's nice to be back where I have some internet because I'll go ahead and get this edited, get it uploaded, and I'll be looking for comments. Things are going well, folks. Heartland's coming along. We are getting really close now. I know I've said that many times in the past, but we are getting really close to owning the 13-acre home over there. And when that happens, there's going to be a whole lot more work for us to do. But it's going to be a good time. Right now, I feel like I'm just living in limbo. I've got stuff scattered, stuff here in our Dover home, stuff down there at Heartland. We've got the RV down there. But I don't really have a place. I'm homeless. So, but that's okay. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what life is like here in the Polson family at the moment. I hope you guys are doing well. Love hearing from you guys in the comments. You guys, you know, you make me smile. You do. You give me a lot of joy. Every time I open those comments up and see your words in there, it just makes me smile. It's a comfort to know that there are good people in the world like you folks. And so thank you so much for your comments. I appreciate that. And listen, guys, we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to our community. We have a responsibility to our country, and that is to set the example. And I think the example that we need to set is that everybody is different, but we should love everyone for their differences. It doesn't matter. We shouldn't prefer one person over another. We're all equal. We're all equal. You're just as equal as I am. I'm just as equal as he is. We're all equal here. We all have, if we could just have a clean slate, we all start from zero and we just move. We're all the same, folks. Love one another. Let's be kind to one another. There are people out there, though, who are going to take advantage of your kindness. They're going to take advantage of the love that we offer. Just be wise as serpents. Be as gentle as a dove. Just understand that there are evil people in the world. There are people who just have ill intentions. We can't avoid that. It's a large, large world. We're talking 8 million people, right?
Did I just say 8 million people? I think I meant 8 billion people. That's billion with a B. Yeah.
So, but listen, I think for the most part, though, our sphere of influence, where we are centered in our lives, is a good place. And we can make it better by our demonstration of love and kindness. So folks, I don't know if this makes sense to you or not, but I just want to encourage you. We have the power to change the world around us. Let's do that, okay? Love you guys. Be kind to one another. See you next time.